Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you today with some morning motivation, morning inspiration, morning focus, call it what you will. All right. And it's around doing new things, okay? So if you're launching a business, launching a product, starting a new career, moving into a new industry, selling a new product, whatever it may be that you're doing that is completely foreign to you. Okay, one of the hardest things in life is that we feel that we need to always be like we always need to know the path ahead of us. And it comes from these stupid beliefs that have been pushed down our throats for the last years, in terms of we have to plan. We have to see everything before it's happened. We have to avoid negative things. We can never fail. It's too expensive to fail. Failure's too hard. And it's all just bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Okay? The thing is that when we're doing things completely new or completely different, okay, the only way we will ever know what has already happened is if we talk to someone or get a mentor who has done the exact same thing as us, okay, the exact same to the T of what we're trying to do. So if we don't have access to that, what's our choices? All right, so number one, trust yourself. Trust yourself more than anyone else. More than anyone else would, more than anyone else should. Trust yourself with utter clarity, utter certainty that regardless of any situation, regardless of any outcome, regardless of any setback, you will find a way through. It may take a day, it may take a week, it may take a month, it may take a year. But regardless, you will commit to putting in the effort to find a way through. And if you can't find a way through, find a way around. If you can't find a way around, maybe it's not the right direction. Okay? So understand that, but also understand that we don't need to know everything before we do it. It's just pointless. If I'm launching a new business into an industry that I have zero understanding in, I don't need to know everything to be able to do it. I can still do it. Yeah, maybe I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, this, that, and the other. Maybe it's good to do research that I have a conceptual understanding of how things are going to work. But at the end, I need to have enough trust within myself to be able to take action. Because if I don't have trust within myself, I'm never going to take action. I'm never going to move forward. I'm always going to sit in the same spot and spin my wheels and spin and spin and spin and spin and spin. You know how I know this? I've done it. Yeah. Sat there and spun my wheels, trying to learn everything, trying to understand everything, trying to plan every step, avoid every pothole. You know what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only time we make progress, especially in uncharted terrains, is when we have the courage to point in a direction and start walking. Regardless of what we may think, we make a decision. I think this is the right way, and we commit to it. If evidence from the environment, so let's say we're stuck in the wilderness and we decide we're going north. We walk north for 5K, and then there's a ravine we cannot cross. It's too dangerous. So what? Were we wrong? No. Now we've only got three choices. We can go back south, we could go east, or we could go west. Make a choice. That's all life is. We make a decision. If it turns out that it's not the right decision for us, or it's not the right path forward, or there's no path forward in this decision, okay, pivot, choose a new direction. If you got to go back, you got to go back. It might be quicker for you to go back and then head east. Who knows? So figure it out, but you got to trust your intuition. You got to trust yourself. You got to trust your gut. You got to let go of the need to be fully in control of everything. that it has to work to the exact specifications that you gave it. Make an overarching goal. So if you're lost in the wilderness, the goal is either to find food, water, shelter, or safety. Choose one. If it's food, you're not sitting there saying, nah, I'm not eating that. That's not a Big Mac. I'm not eating that. That's not a steak. No. If you see food, you're going to eat it because it's a form of food. Do you get it? It's more about having the conceptual, and then whatever you achieve or find in life is what it is. And then you can say, oh, that was a great little, lizard, snake, whatever, rabbit. I'd like something bigger. So now we set our attention a bit more refined to be, I want something larger. Do you get it? So when we're starting a path, we just want an overarching goal or thesis of this is what I want to happen when I go in this direction. And then we go in that direction, because it's quite easy. If I say I'm just going to walk north, it's quite easy that I just start walking north. There's not much decision making in there. If I'm saying to myself, I need to find the nearest town, okay, then I've got to understand, well, what's north of me, what's west of me, what's east of me, what's west of me, what's south of me, which is the right path. One of those paths may be wrong. Do you get it? It's a whole lot more stressful, and then there's a whole lot more pressure on the decision making. We want to keep it easy and simple. And then once we're doing it and we've started walking north, we assess where we're at. Am I getting closer or further away from my goal? Do I feel that? If I feel that I'm getting closer, continue on. If I feel I'm getting further away, so deeper into the wilderness, maybe I go, maybe I'll walk this direction for a bit and see what's over there. You know what I mean? But regardless, it's not about being right. It's just about traveling a path and seeing what's out there, okay? And when we're in business and we're trying to launch a new product into a new industry, into a new sector that we've never done before, we don't have to be right. I think by me creating a product, by me creating, an online presence, by me creating a social presence, that I will get closer to the goal of me selling the product. Okay? So it's quite easy for me to take those actions, because we haven't defined what the product is. We haven't defined what kind of a business it is in that sense. We haven't defined what kind of, social presence it has to be. And then as we build it out, okay, and we build our online presence, then we start defining, who are we? What are we? What are we trying to achieve? Do you get it? So we step by step, we break it up to make it a lot easier, but it's also to make our action smaller. It is far better to take small steps towards your goal than giant leaps, because you've got a larger chance of injuring yourself, falling, and all of that, and failing by taking giant leaps, because you're pushing yourself too far. Whereas if you can take consistent steps, you may not get there first, but you'll get there. You'll get there safely, you'll get there in one piece, and you'll minimize any risk of negative events. Now, it doesn't mean negative events won't happen. You could be in a race, okay? And it's a walking race, and one fella's doing giant leaps and you're doing consistent steps, and then boom, a plane had a malfunction in its engines and crashed into you. Do you get it? Like, sometimes it's just outside of your control. So the point isn't to be always in control. The point is to be in control of what you do, of how you approach it, of how you act, of how you take action, of how you create steps, of how you create a path to your goal. All right. Have a great day. Bye.